In this video, I'll show you how to fillet this 38-inch striped bass. You'll need a sharp fillet knife like the one I am using, a small table with a cutting surface. I have a hose and an old bucket nearby. Please do this outside to avoid making a mess inside your home. I start removing the scales on one side of the fish, using the back end of the knife to remove the scales, starting with the tail and ending with the head of the fish. Then I flip the fish over for the other side. Sometimes I find it easier to angle the knife underneath the scales and pluck them one row at a time, and other times I find it easier to slide the knife up and down the length of the fish. With the top of the fish towards me and the head on the right, I first cut an incision behind the fin of the fish, parallel to the gills. I stop at the central spinal cord. Then I turn the knife and lean it flat against the spine and start to cut the top half of the fillet. I try to keep the knife as flat as possible with the tip of the knife following the spine. I work the knife up and down until I can slice away the fillet. Here's the first fillet. In this scene, I cut out the guts of the fish. I have seen other people do this at the beginning of the process with an incision below the belly before pulling out the fillets. I then turned the fillet around and worked on the fillet on the other side of the fish. This is a similar approach to the first fillet, but you'll have to do everything in reverse. Keep the knife as closest to the spine and cutting surface as possible. You may run into challenges with the rib cage of the fish. However, try to cut around the bones and cut as much meat away as possible. Another approach I have tried is to break the rib cage and cut the entire belly out. The tail end of the fish is easier, and you should be able to cut right through that on your first or second pass. Here's the second fillet of the fish. If you choose to do so, keep the remaining portions of the fish for fish stew. Many people throw away the head and the spine, but there's a lot of meat there, and the cheeks are delicious. In the end, I wash everything down with a hose and cut the fillets. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like, subscribe, or comment. If anyone wants to share good techniques with us, please share them in the comments. Thanks!